Today we're going to show you how to change the chopper on your dishwasher. It's a fairly easy job. All we're going to need is a number 15 and a number 20 Torx bit, small flat blade screwdriver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. Let me show you how we do it. Now, the first step in this repair will be to remove both the upper and lower racks. I'll set those aside. To remove the upper rack, we need to release the rack stops. Remove those. Next we'll remove the bottom spray arm. And there's a retaining nut in the center. It's a left-hand thread, so we're going to turn it clockwise to loosen it. Remove that spray arm. Next we're going to remove this tower assembly that connects in the center at the back and at the top with some spring clips. So just depress those clips enough to release the tower. We're going to turn it clockwise, far enough to disengage. You can remove that. Next we'll take a center spray bearing. And there are 4 number 20 Torx screws that hold the filter cover on. We're going to remove those next. Get the whole pump and filter off top. Next we'll remove a number 15 Torx screw that holds a cover that's in front of the chopper assembly. Lift that out. And there is one remaining number 15 Torx screw that holds the cover over the chopper. We'll remove that. And then with a thin flat blade screwdriver, we have to slide that down between the tab that locks that cover in place. The cover may come out easily. If not, we'll just take a pair of needle nose pliers and get hold of the area where we removed that screw and pull it out. There's the little locking tab that we were talking about. That gives us access to the chopper assembly. And with a pair of needle nose pliers, we'll just grab the edge of that and pull upwards on it, and that will release it. We'll take our new chopper assembly, and with a pair of needle nose, we'll depress that spring and slide our pliers in between the chopper blade and that screen and fit that down in the slot. Next, we're ready to replace the cover. I find it easier to put the tab side in first because that screen has got to sit in this position. There's a fine slot there that the screen sits in, so make sure that that slot is cleared out. There's also a slot on the front portion of it that engages a shoulder on the pump housing. So again, we'll put the tab end in first. It should go on fairly smoothly. If it's binding on you, you probably don't have that screen lined up in the slot. We'll next replace that number 15 Torx screw. Replace the front cover. And the screw that holds that in place. Next we'll replace the pump cover and screen assembly, and this will fit down into the opening for the drain. And we'll replace the 4 number 20 Torx head screws. Make sure they're tight, but don't over tighten them so that you warp the cover. Next we'll replace the lower spray arm bearing. And our upper spray arm tower. Set it in about this position. There's a locking tab on the bottom side of that spray tower that has to engage on a hook on the pump cover. Next we just bend those little clips in a bit. Then snap it in place. Next, the lower spray arm. And we'll turn that nut counterclockwise to tighten it. Next, we'll replace the upper dish rack. Replace the rack stops. And make sure that little locking tab has got enough tension on it to lock in place. Replace the lower basket, and our repair is complete.